Hi everybody. We are going to go through a prenatal sequence today. And as with any yoga class, but especially when you're expecting, we want to make sure that you're being safe at home and that you're not doing anything that is going to jeopardize your health or the baby's. So please make sure you're tuning in to how you're feeling. We don't want you overexerted, especially because you're already creating such a wonderful life within you and your body is already working double time. So this practice is going to be designed to help add strength to your body to get you through labor and delivery, but also give you some techniques to help relax the body and mind and help you rest a little easier during this time of your life. So make sure you've got plenty of props before we get started. I brought some examples. We have my handy dandy yoga blocks. These are a little on the small side, but you can find them at the dollar store. They're a little bit bigger, they're foam, and that'll be fine for you to use at home. If you don't have any blocks, you can grab some big hard cover books for yourself to place around the body in standing poses or under the body to help support you. I also have a bolster here, but you don't need a particular bolster at home. You can just use your couch pillows or your bed pillows, whatever you're comfortable with. And then I also have my yoga blanket, which is gonna really help support underneath of you, and you can just use a towel from home. Now, I may be using my couch for some of these poses, and that's gonna be because I'm in my living room. You can always use a chair. You can also use your couch, and in some instances, if you need to stretch in the morning before you leave or before bed, you can even use the side of your bed to help you with these poses. All right, so we're gonna get started. First things first, we're gonna start in a seated position, and we can place our bolster or our towel underneath our hips and just find something comfortable. Now, I'm comfortable cross-legged, and that's because my hips are a little bit open just from practicing yoga all of the time. But if that's not the case for you, if you're brand new to yoga and finding it through your prenatal class or doctor recommendation, you can use your blocks under your knees to help support that body. And right now I actually have them underneath my thighs. So I'm gonna sit up nice and tall, feel my sit bones and my pelvic floor supported by this towel beneath me, soften my legs, and I'm just gonna lengthen through my spine. I'm gonna take a nice deep breath in through my nose, close my eyes, I'm gonna exhale from my mouth. We want you to continue to breathe in this fashion, inhaling through the nose, filling the lungs, filling the belly, surrounding that baby with this new life-giving breath, and then immediately exhale, allowing that breath to flow out of your nose or out of your mouth, whatever you're comfortable with. I want you to just check in, use this breath to scan your body, breathing in, softening the shoulders, softening the face. Where are you feeling any tension today? Any anxiety? Maybe you're feeling good and you have a lot of energy today. It's all going to depend on what trimester you're in. So if you're in that first trimester, today we want you to take it nice and easy. Your body is doing a lot of work, even if you may not be showing yet. If you're in your second trimester, you may have gotten past that morning sickness and you're starting to feel really good. And if you're in that third trimester, we're getting ready to meet our little bundle. So make sure you're being mindful, not overextending yourself, but just finding that strength within you. But also that softness your body and mind are going to need. So continue to breathe and soften, maybe open the eyes here. And we're going to just take a nice big breath in with the arms up overhead. Take the gaze up and bring those hands down to heart center on the exhale, bowing the chin. Inhale, take the arms up, take the gaze with it, lengthen through those fingers, feel those shoulder blades sliding down your spine, hugging your baby into the body. Exhale, bring those hands back down to heart center and bring the gaze back down as well. The shoulders are pulling back, the chin is coming forward. We're gonna take another big breath in here, arms up overhead. Take that gaze up, soften those shoulders down the spine. Continue to hug and love that baby. And exhale those hands down to the heart. Take that chin. Inhale, nice big breath in. Open those fingers. Take that gaze upward. Exhale, hands come back down to heart center. Keep the gaze neutral here. We're going to lengthen our fingers down to our sides. And we're going to just take our head from side to side. Feel a nice stretch. And then change sides, bringing that ear close to the shoulder, but continuing to allow those shoulders to slide down your spine, lengthening through those fingers along your hips. Bring that gaze back to center. Inhale those arms up, interlock the fingers here, bring that chin to the chest, and add a little bit of gentle pressure on the back of the head. Breathe here. Slowly slide those fingers down to the neck and gently begin to massage, walking those fingers along the spine here on the neck. Slowly lift the chin and gaze and start to walk those fingers out alongside of the shoulders, the top of the shoulders here, giving yourself a nice gentle massage. And lengthen through those fingers again, really reach out. We're going to bring our right hand to our heart and our left hand to our baby. We're going to take a nice big breath in. Feel the chest lift under the right hand and feel the belly soften and lift under the left. Exhale as you breathe. Continue to breathe here, connecting with your baby. And imagine that baby within you. Imagine the environment in which they're living, that softness, that warmth. Feel how your body is already taking care of them. Allow yourself to picture their face and allow yourself to smile at this life you're creating within you. Soften the breath, soften the eyes, soften the muscles in the face, and continue to breathe into the heart. Continue to feel that this baby has been that gift. Softening your body. Feel that new breath coming in, creating life. Surrounding that baby with warmth and love. Exhaling out. And take a breath in and allow yourself to set an intention for you. And allow yourself to set an intention for your baby. Something that'll help keep your mind on your practice. A goal for this energy created. And a positive experience for you, your body, and your baby. Bring those hands back down to your sides. We're going to bring that left hand down to the earth, right arm up and over. Keep those sit bones pressing into the earth. Nice big breath here. Inhale that right arm up and over. Bring that right hand down to the earth and extend that left arm up and over. The gaze can be neutral here. Breathing into our side body. Inhale up and over. Left hand comes back to the earth. Right arm comes up and over. This time we're just going to rotate that right shoulder forward. Feeling that stretch increase into the back. And reach forward with that right hand. Bring that right hand down to the earth. Left arm up and over. Nice big breath here. Rotate that left shoulder forward. Take that gaze down and reach forward with that left hand. Roll those shoulders up and back. And roll those shoulders forward. Bring those hands to the knees. Take a nice big breath in with that heart. Take the gaze up, open the throat. Exhale, round through the shoulders, tucking the chin, hugging that baby in. Inhale for the seated cow here. Exhale for the seated cat. 2 more full breaths in. Exhale out, maybe making those breaths even. Inhaling for a count of 4 on this next cow. Exhaling for a count of 4. Come up. We're going to remove those blocks from underneath those thighs and place them to the side. We're going to bring that left shin in front of the right, or if you had your right shin in front first, just switch. We're going to bring that body forward. We're going to take some Sufi rolls here, some hip circles. We're going to bring that body to the left. Roll back. Keep those sit bones on the earth. And bring that torso forward again. Come back. And come to the front. When I was pregnant, this used to be my favorite pose. It just made my lower back feel amazing. I was able to bring some movement into my hips. But remember, what works for me may not work for you. So an example of that is I was a yoga instructor and I hated cat-cow when I was pregnant. It was too much of a abdominal stretch for me. So today I'll show you cat-cow, but also give you the option just for the pelvic tilt. We're going to change direction with these Sufi rolls here. We're going to roll that body back, coming forward, taking our time, allowing our breath and body to become one, moving in a way that's healthy for you and your baby, finding that gentle movement to help ease some of these pregnancy symptoms. Come all the way back to center. We're going to press ourselves up. We're going to extend our left leg out to the side here. Now, if you have that bolster or pillow, you can bring it in front of you. We're going to bring our hands down onto that pillow, onto that bolster. We're going to start to flex that left foot. Feel those hip bones pushing back. We're going to lengthen through our spine and just take a one leg seated forward fold here with that foot out at a 45-degree angle. Tall breath in. Long breath out. Big breath in. Long breath out. 2 more full breaths. Ujjayi breath in. Constricting the throat, exhaling out. 1 more here. Great job. Bring those shoulders back over the hips. Bring that left foot back in and extend that right foot out to the side. Bring that left foot into that right thigh. Flex that right foot, and again, bring those hands forward on the pillow. Lengthen through the spine. Now, if you're early on in your pregnancy and you don't have a belly constricting you, you can come down onto the forearms to deepen this stretch. But we always want to make sure we're leaving room for baby. We want to make sure we're leading with our heart, and we're always going to move with the heart and the baby in the same line. Even when it comes to twists later, we keep our heart and our baby together. Continuing to breathe here, using those Ujjayi breaths that we did on the other side, focusing that breath into the back of the leg, feeling that breath help open and stretch the back of that right leg. Our body is going through a lot of changes right now, so making sure we're being kind to ourselves. This is not the time to overexert physically, but to come inside ourselves and allow ourselves to feel good. All right, we're going to move this bolster back out to the side. We're going to bring our right knee in. Now we're going to bring our right knee over that left ankle so we can comfortably come into that tabletop position. Come onto our mat. You can keep that towel handy, and we're going to put it under our abdominal area right now. Now, if you're on a hardwood floor or on your mat, you can feel free to put this towel under the knees to help soften the body. We're just going to spread our fingers nice and wide in our tabletop here. We're going to continue to hug that baby into our body as we press and lift through those shoulders nice and strong. Now we're going to practice that cat-cow. So we're going to inhale that belly down. Feel that pelvic bone tilt back. Open that throat forward. Gaze upward. Exhale, tuck that chin. Press the mat away, lifting through those shoulders and rotating that tailbone forward for that pelvic tilt forward. Inhale that belly down for that cow pose. Exhale, rounding through the spine. So remember I said when I was pregnant, this didn't feel that great to me. So if that's the case for you, you're going to keep the upper spine nice and still, and you're just going to take the pelvic tilt. It's a smaller movement, just rotating that tailbone back, and then rotating that tailbone forward, hugging the baby into our body the entire time we're in this position. Breathing in and out. Now, depending on where you're at in your pregnancy, this can already be somewhat of an exertion. So if you need to, you can bring that bolster underneath of your hands. Come onto those forearms to give those arms a break. From here, we're going to stretch the back of our calves. We're going to bring our right foot back behind us, ball of the foot to the earth. Then we're going to press that heel towards the ground. While we press our belly and baby towards that left thigh, we're going to take our gaze inward to relax any tension in that neck. We want to try and keep the hips square over the mat here though. We don't want to try and open the hips too much in this position. Then we're going to bring that right knee back under that right hip. We're going to step that left foot back here and press that left heel towards the earth. Nice breaths in and out, opening that back body. Keeping that gaze neutral. Bring that left knee back under that left hip. And we're going to bring those hands back to the earth. We're going to tuck our toes, and if it's comfortable for you, we're going to try a downward facing dog. So open those feet hip distance, maybe even wider depending on where you're at in your pregnancy. And we're going to just shift our hips towards our heels here. Start to lift those knees up off the earth. Bring that belly in between those thighs. Lengthen through those arms. Take that gaze towards the back body and start to pedal the feet and maybe sway the hips side to side here in our downward facing dog. Really feel those hips press back so you can bring some of that weight out of that upper body. If downward facing dog is too intense or doesn't feel right to you, bring those knees right back down to the earth for that cat-cow pose, and then sway the hips side to side in your cat-cow. We're all going to meet there together now. Rock forward and bring those knees back down to the earth. Untuck the feet. Inhale for cow pose and rock the hips side to side here. Even bring those ears towards those shoulders while you rock, bringing a nice stretch into those outer edges of those hips. From here, we're going to walk our hands back closer to our body and bring our shoulders up over those knees, up over those hips. Now again, feel free to use this towel under the knees as is necessary for you. We're going to bring our hands to our body or to the floor. And we're going to start to come into a standing position. But before we do that, we're going to start our hip opener a little bit. So our toes are tucked under. We're going to just open one knee to the right. So our right knee opens to the side. Feel that nice hip stretch here. You can come up if you're comfortable, bringing the hand off of the floor, resting the hands on the thighs. You can bring that left hand down, close that right knee to the floor. Immediately open that left knee to the side and come back up. Now, if this is too intense with the toes tucked under on the bottom leg, feel free to lengthen the top of the foot. Bring the top of the foot to the floor. So we're going to do one more each side, so let's try that. Untuck the toes on the left. And let's sit back, lift the hips, open that right knee here. Bring that hand down, close that right knee. Untuck the toes on the right and bring that left foot up, open that left knee here. Bring that right hand down, bring that left knee down. And we're going to tuck our toes. Plant our hands nice and firm. We're going to lift those knees for that downward facing dog if we're comfortable. And we're going to start to make our feet nice and wide. Walk our hands back towards our body. And we're going to lift halfway. We're going to bring our hands to our thighs to help support this extra weight. So the knees are bent. The tailbone is pressing back, lengthening through our body. And then we're slowly going to press ourselves all the way up to stand, mindful of how quickly we move from up to down because we don't want to let ourselves get too lightheaded in the transitions here. So now that we're standing, we're going to have a nice mountain pose. Feet are hip distance or a little wider. Toes are forward facing. And we want to just feel what's happening in our body. Root down through the heels and the balls of the feet. Start to lift from the ground up. Engage the feet, engage the toes, lift the knees. Hug that baby in with that body. Lengthen through those fingers. Feel those shoulders slide down your spine. Take a nice big breath in. Reach those arms up overhead. Exhale those hands down to heart center. Inhale again. Nice big breath in. Reach those arms up. Take the gaze up. Exhale, hands back down to heart center. 2 more sun salutes here. Big breath in. Exhale, Ujjayi breath out. Big breath in. Exhale, Ujjayi, breath out. We're going to step back into our warrior one. We're going to step our right foot back first, and we want to make sure that we're being nice and careful with our body. Traditionally, we teach with the heels on the same line, right foot forward facing to the right top corner of our mat. But as our hips widen to allow space for the baby, this may not be the most comfortable nor the most stable of positions. So if you need to, just walk that right foot out so the feet are a little more hip distance apart, creating more space for the hips, more space for the baby. Nice bend to that left knee, nice length through the right leg, hugging that baby in. Let's bring our right hand to our heart again, left hand to our baby, and close our eyes if you feel comfortable. If not, if your balance is struggling today, no worries. Just find a drishti or point of focus in front of you. Breathe in and out. Feel that baby, that heart, that breath fill you, bringing in new life, new energy. Inhale those arms up. Bring those hands to heart center. Start to shift the weight forward and press into that left leg while we bring our right foot forward to meet our left leg. Inhale those arms up, big breath in. Exhale, hands back down to heart center. Inhale, arms up, take a big breath in, take the gaze up. Exhale, hands back down to heart center. 2 more full breaths, big breath in. Long breath out. Big breath in and long breath out. We're going to step that left foot back here for warrior one. So take your time and again, adjust your stance as is necessary to create space for your baby. That might be stepping that left foot out while turning that toe towards that top left corner of the mat. And again, let's bring that right hand to the heart, left hand to the belly. Again, experimenting with closing the eyes, coming inside the body. Feel what's happening. Root through that right foot, bring the weight a little more forward, step that left foot forward to meet the right. Big breath in. We're going to widen this stance by heel toeing the toes out, mat width apart. We're going to bring our hands to our thighs, bend our knees, and bring that body down for a forward fold if that's comfortable. If it's not comfortable to fold completely forward, hands to the thighs, just a nice halfway lift. Hug that baby in. Maybe exhale, fold forward again. Take our time remembering to be mindful, keeping our focus on something while we press halfway. Then bend the knees deeper and lift up all the way to a standing position. Again, mindful of what's going on in our body as well as what's happening in our mind. We're going to just slightly bring those hips forward. Bring that baby slightly forward. Open that heart slightly here. And you can slowly massage the sides of your belly. Feeling the opening and stretch at the front of the hips. And bring those hips back to neutral and sway side to side. Just slowly step those feet back together. We're going to move into our warrior two. Now this is a little easier for us. We're going to step that right foot back and bring that right foot parallel to the back of the mat. We're going to open that left knee to the side. The toes are forward facing, but it creates plenty of space for the hips, the baby, our heart. We're going to reach those arms out over those legs and take the gaze over that left hand. Now remember what we said at the beginning of class. This is not the time to overdo it. So you don't have to take this to the extreme version of your warrior two. We want this to be an enjoyable stretch, an opening of the body, connection between you and your baby. Slowly, we're going to lift and straighten that left leg, reach those arms up overhead, exhale back down into that warrior two. Slowly, nice big breath in, reach those arms up overhead, exhale back down. Now remember, as we straighten that front leg, we don't want to lock that knee. We want to keep that muscle engagement. Here's where we're building strength in that lower body. Exhale back down. Inhale, reach those arms up. We're going to take a reverse warrior here. So the front leg is straight, back leg is straight, right hand to right leg. Reach up with that left hand, take the gaze up. And start to bring those arms back in line with the legs. I'm going to take triangle pose here. Here would be a great place if you need to use your blocks, okay? Triangle pose is wonderful, but it does use these obliques. And so we want to make sure you can reach down for something. So we want those legs straight. We want to micro bend to that knee though. We don't want to lock it so you're not using that muscle. We want to keep that knee slightly bent. Extend and reach with that left hand. Then maybe bring that hand down towards those blocks while we reach that right hand up towards the sky. Trying to keep those shoulders in line with those hips, hugging that baby in while we're here. Maybe take the gaze upward if you'd like. But if the balance is a little off today, keep the gaze in front of you or even down to that hand. Slowly reach up with that right hand. Reach out with that left hand. And we're going to turn both of the heels in. Now the toes are going to face the corners of the mat on the right side. So one is facing the top corner, one is facing the bottom corner. Knees are going to come out, we're going to come down into that goddess pose. Bring those hips down, and again, where you're comfortable. Right hand to the heart, left hand to the baby. Nice breaths here. Inhale, lift up. Turn the toes on the right, parallel to the back of the mat. Turn the toes on the left to the front of the mat. Slowly step that right foot in line with the left. Inhale those arms up. Heel toe those feet wide enough for yourself to fold forward by bending those knees. Hands to the thighs. Inhale halfway. Exhale, folds. If it feels good to you, rotate the tailbone under. You can try and roll to stand here if that feels better for you. But if it feels like you're crunching your baby, press up with that flat back. All right, so the feet are going to come together. We're going to move our blocks to the back of our mat as we prepare to do our sequence on the other side. All right, so we're going to step our left foot back for that warrior two. Again, lengthen through those arms, hugging those shoulder blades together. We're not doing a lot of planks here, but we are going to have to be carrying that baby with us everywhere we go once they come into the world. So we can't just forget to engage our arms while we're using our prenatal practice. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, back down. And simply by extending and lengthening through the arms, we are helping ourselves keep muscle engagement in this upper body. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, bend that knee, bring those hands back over that front leg. 2 more full breaths. Inhale here. Exhale out. 1 more nice breath in and out. Let's take that nice big breath in, reverse triangle. Left hand to left leg, right leg straight, right arm up. And come down. So we are going to reach forward for that triangle pose again. Thought I was going to go backwards, but it looks like I just switched, so you guys are looking at my back with this video, so I apologize. Those blocks are going to come in front of that right hand. Again, lengthening through that side body. Only coming to the point where you're comfortable. Breathing. Maybe take neck gaze up. Maybe keeping it neutral. Maybe taking it down. Slowly use those obliques. Lift all the way up. Turn those toes to the left side of your mat. To the corners, heels are in. Slowly come down into that goddess pose. And bring those hands to your heart here. Breathing in and out. Inhale, stand up. Turn the right toes forward. Turn those left toes as far forward as you can. And step that left foot to meet the right. So that lower body is starting to feel really good. Now, if you ever need to, and as this sequence, if you use it as you are moving into your 3rd trimester, you can use a chair under any of those warrior poses. So I'm going to grab a chair and show you what I mean. And while I'm doing this, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Do that at any point in the practice that you need. But here, if we were doing our warrior, we would sit down on our chair, under those sit bones, but keeping those legs engaged. So we're sitting on the front of that chair. So as we reach those arms out, our legs are still engaged, but we're supporting ourselves. And if you ever feel like your balance is off, this is a wonderful thing to do too. Especially as it gets harder to get down on the ground and up back and back up. So that's why we try to do something low, something high, and then get back down before we end our class. The other thing is you can always do your pigeon pose on your chair, which is where we're going to go next. We're going to bring that shin onto that chair, onto that couch, and we're just bringing that knee onto the higher surface. We're bringing that left foot in front of that right hip. We'll hold the back of the chair and gently guide our hips forward. Now, if you're not using the chair, you don't need the chair at this point in your practice, we're going to come back down to our knees. And if you want to challenge yourself, join us with it being on the floor instead of on those chairs. Bring those feet together. Toes are forward facing. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, halfway bend the knees. Bring the hands towards the thighs, lengthen through the spine. Get used to the change here. Then slowly open those feet a little bit wider, and in a manner comfortable to you, you're going to come down onto the earth. So that can be bending the knees, bringing one hand down, then one knee down, then bring the opposite hand, opposite knee. Coming back into that tabletop. Take a few cat-cow here before we get into that pigeon pose. Remember, we still have our towel nice and handy. We have our pillow nice and handy. We have our blocks nice and handy. Because whenever we feel like we are not connecting with the floor, we want to make sure that we're putting something underneath of us to support our body. So we're going to slide our left knee forward and bring that left foot in front of that right knee. And then we're going to walk our right knee back. So we may take that pillow and put it under that left hip. That way we can sit comfortably, having our pelvic floor supported. Then you can bring that towel or blanket in front of you. You can even put the blocks underneath the towel to help lift the floor here. So you can come with those forearms resting, creating enough space between the belly, the floor, and the baby. If you have any sciatic issues, pigeon is going to be the pose to help with that. But when you have sciatic issues, getting on the floor is going to be a little difficult. So that's when you'd really want to use the couch, the bed, or the chair. And if you don't want to fold forward, if this is still uncomfortable, you can bring the hands up and just keep lengthening through the chest, heart, and belly here. We're going to completely sit down on that right hip while we bring that right leg forward. We're going to come back in towards that tabletop. You can use the support that you've currently built. You're going to take that pillow and bring it onto the opposite side of yourself. So now we're in this tabletop position. We're going to bring that right knee towards the right wrist and bring that right foot in front of that left knee. Bring that bolster and pillow back underneath of you. Slide that left foot back. Now again, you can stay lifted here. You can come down to the forearms. It's all going to depend on where you're at in your pregnancy and how you're feeling each and every day. So each day is going to feel different. Some days this is going to feel great, and other days it's not. So always listening to your body. Slowly press up on to that floor that you've lifted, and we're going to slowly bring that left knee forward. We're going to come over onto our knees into tabletop, and we're going to move this cushion again. We're going to sit down on our cushion, our pillow. We're going to bring our towel and our blocks under our knees. So now your legs are going to be supported as they extend forward. Now you can bring that blanket onto your thighs Bring your forearms, lengthen through the spine, and fold forward. You can go as deep or as shallow as you need to, right? This is just for you to be able to stretch the legs here. Breathe into that back body, using that Ujjayi breath, constricting the throat on the breath in, constricting the throat on the breath out. Maybe as you breathe, you get a little more comfortable and you allow yourself to get a little bit deeper in the pose. Slowly come out of that forward fold. We're going to remove the blanket from our lap and remove the blocks from under the knees. We're going to also remove the bolster from under our hips. We're going to sit directly on the earth here. And this time, if you'd like, you can take that towel and put it under the knees again with the hips lower than the knees. Open those knees to create plenty of space for yourself. And try that forward fold again. Bring that belly and heart forward. Slowly lift up. I'm going to cross the legs. And we're going to start with some heart openers and some shoulder openers. We're going to reach our right hand back behind us to touch the top of our shoulders. Reach that left hand to the small of the back. The palm is going to face out. Now, if you're comfortable, you can bring that left heel to the back of that right hip and bring that right knee over that left knee, coming into cow face pose. We're going to switch the arms here and breathe. We're going to release the hands, allow ourselves to rock back, and then change the feet. Rock forward here. We're going to start with that left hand behind, right hand to the small of the back. And then we're going to switch sides. We're going to reach out here, lengthen through those arms, bring those hands back, and we're going to rock back on those sit bones and just gently cross those legs. Take a big breath in, bring that heart forward, and come back. We're going to goal post those arms or cactus. We're going to bring that right arm under the left. Now, if you've gotten a little bit chestier during your pregnancy, you're just going to lift those arms up and over the increased bust and draw the backs of the hands towards each other. Maybe the palms come around and that's fine, but it's not necessary. Just don't pull your fingers so you're not overextending those forearms. Just imagine pulling the backs of the hands towards each other. Lift the elbows high, hands away from the face. And slowly unwind. Now change sides. Left under right. Elbows high, hands away from the face. And slowly unwind. And take a tall breath in. We're going to keep our left hand on our left knee, bring our right hand behind us, lengthen through our spine, and take a twist to the right. Again, with twisting, we always want to keep the heart and baby together. Open twists are what we want here. We don't want to move the chest in the opposite direction of the belly. I'm going to keep them together. We're going to inhale those arms up and bring that right hand towards the right knee, left hand behind us, lengthen through that spine. And again, imagine keeping that back Strength, that belly and baby together, that belly and heart. And come back to center. We're going to roll down on our mats here. So we can still bring the blanket underneath of our spine if you want a little bit of extra cushion. So you can bring that blanket down, keep it under that lower back, and come down onto your back. Now this might automatically feel good, adding just a little bit of height and support under the small of the back. Allowing the shoulders to rest a little wider. Bring those hands away from the body and let the knees just rock side to side here. Nothing too deep, not drastically taking them to the floor because then that could be too intense of a twist. We're just letting them rock a little bit to create a little bit of movement into that lower back. We're going to keep our right foot on the floor. We're going to bring our left knee towards our left armpit and reach up for that left foot. See if we can take a half happy baby here. Bring that left foot down, and then we're going to do the same thing on the right. Nice big breaths. We're going to bring that foot down, and we're going to roll onto our left side and press ourselves up to a seated position. So we have a lot of props here. So we're going to take our Shavasana by building a prop. We're going to take one block and place it on its flat, tall side. We're going to take another block and place it nice and tall, standing up. Now, again, you could be using books at home, and this is fine. Take your pillow, rest your pillow, then take your towel and create a nice support from the floor to the pillow all the way up, and just let yourself rest on here. Now again, you may have to juggle it. As you can see, mine fell, so I was a little too close to it. Slowly, I'm going to rest. My heart is going to stay above my baby. I'm going to extend my feet out to the sides, extend my arms out to the sides, let my feet open, let my hands open towards the sky. And I want to breathe here. I'm going to start to scan the body, softening the toes, softening the knees, softening the thighs, the hips, softening and breathing into the baby in the belly, maybe massaging those sides of the belly again. Widen those shoulders. Allow those arms to rest. And if you have extra props, you can put pillows under the knees. You can put pillows under the arms here to completely feel like you're floating and supported on the earth. You just want to make sure we're maintaining that heart is higher than that baby. And while you're here, I just want you to imagine that baby again. Closing the eyes, breathing in through the nose. Softening the face and softening the body. Inhaling nice and deep, bringing that new breath, that new life. Allowing that warmth and breath to surround the baby. Imagine the environment in which they have been growing within you. Feel your connection to your baby. Allow yourself to smile. Allow your heart to open. Allow yourself to trust you and your baby. Trust the connection you have. Trust in the bond and the experience. And as you exhale, let go of any fears or apprehensions you may have. Allow yourself to breathe deeply in, creating that safe space for you and your baby. Breathe in, softening the face and the body. Creating space in the body for you and your baby. Continue to breathe in that warmth and light, and allow that light to filter down through you to your baby. Picture their softness and warmth. Picture how content they are and how happy they are. Trust that you are the one who was chosen for them and they chosen for you. Breathe in, smiling, and exhale. Let go of any apprehension or tension you feel in the mind and body. Breathe in that warmth and light. Allow that light to come in and fill you. Slowly warming and filling the face, softening the cheeks and eyes, allowing them to rest deeper. Feel that light go lower into the throat, softening the throat and the words and thoughts you feel towards yourself. Feel that warmth and light travel to the heart, softening the heart, allowing space for you, your baby, and anyone who is important to you. Feel that warmth and light travel further down to surround your baby with good intentions and love. Continue feeling that warmth and light come in, warming the arms and the fingers, feeling that warmth spread to the legs and hips. Take a big breath in, softening the entire body, and take a long cleansing breath out from the mouth, letting go. Letting go of the doubt or apprehension you feel, and continue to breathe, feeling that light surround you and your baby. Allow that light and warmth to create a space inside of your womb, for your body, your baby, their happiness and contentment. Continue to breathe and soften here. Continue to visualize that light coming in. Continue to let go with exhales from the mouth of any tension. Continue to breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Letting go of any tension and apprehension. Breathe in light and love, surrounding your heart, surrounding your baby, using that light to press away any fears and darkness. Use that light to fill yourself with love, softening your mind, body, and heart for you and your baby. Slowly come back to the body. You can stretch through those fingers and arms. You can start to gently rock that head side to side. And choose your dominant side here to just roll gently as you place your hands on the floor and press yourself up off of your bolster. come to that seated position on your mat. Taking your time, opening the eyes, continuing with those soft, easy breaths. Reaching those arms up, interlock those fingers, take the gaze upward, and take a few more moving side bends here. Bring those arms up overhead and shake those hands out while you come down. Bring those hands to the knees. Take a few rounds of cat-cow. Come back to center. Inhale those arms up. Take one more open twist to each side. Keep that heart, that belly, nothing in front of that heart and baby. Reach those arms up and change sides here. Lengthen through the spine. And slowly come back to center. We're going to do one more breathing exercise or pranayama. It's alternate nostril breathing. We're going to bring our right hand to our face. We're going to bring our right thumb to our right nostril. We'll bring our index and middle finger to our third eye. And we're going to bring that right finger to hover over that left nostril. That little pinky is just curved in, touching the palm. We're going to inhale through the right nostril here while the ring finger closes the left nostril. So take a big breath in on the right. Close the right with the thumb, open the left with the ring finger, and exhale on the left. Inhale on the left here. Close the left and exhale on the right. Inhale on the right. Close the right, exhale on the left. Inhale on the left. Close the left, exhale on the right. Continue to breathe in this fashion for a few more rounds, closing the eyes, maintaining a nice tall posture with the spine. Slowly release that right hand back down to the right knee. Extend that left hand out on the left knee. Keep the eyes closed and just take a nice, steady breathing pattern here. And slowly open the eyes. I thank you all for your practice. I hope this helped with any tension in the body and mind. I wish you all the best in your pregnancy, your labor, your delivery, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Bye, everybody.